why don't you come with me? I want to reveal a side of myself that you're probably not going to normally get on this channel from what we normally talk about. But I was thinking about it this week, and there's a part of me that it explains why I do this YouTube channel, ultimately my motivation, and that is it's always been part of who I am, part of my identity, to find ways to make money off of the free world. What are some subtle ways I can make money that other people wouldn't bother to make money off of other people, but that I could? So let's go back to high school. For me, 95 to 99, that's when I was in high school. And growing up, I would go with my mom and I'd help her buy groceries, put stuff in the cart, help her put it in the car, get back to the house, help her put it back in the shelves, in the cupboards or whatever. That's something that she and I always did. It was just a given. Well, when I got to high school, it hit me, there was this aisle of candy and there was gum. It was like Wrigley's gum. And at the time you could buy a pack for 25 cents and it printed it on each pack, 25 cents for the 5 sticks of wintergreen or juicy fruit or whatever it is. But the thing is, in that aisle you could buy a multi-pack. So you would have I believe it was like a dozen. I believe it was a dozen in the pack that you'd get. But you wouldn't pay, the equivalent of 25 cents. They gave you like a discount on it because you were buying in bulk. So in essence, what I'm telling you is, I went to school and I would sell it for the 25 cents that it said on the package, but in reality, I didn't pay 25 cents for it. I paid a lot less than 25%. 25 cents of. I was ultimately making more than 50% profit by selling someone a 25-cent pack of gum. And a lot of times they, oh well, I'll take 4. Here's $1. I don't even care. I'll take 4. And it got to the point where after a couple of weeks, I think eventually it was I'd have 5 of these packs. So I'd be selling 50 packs of gum, after a couple of days at school, just during my breaks. So while other people were hanging out, oh yeah, I'm a football player, oh I'm into this, whatever it is, I'd be walking around, and word got around, Nick's the gum dealer. And hey, Nick. So that's how I'd spend my breaks. As far as, instead of hanging out with people and being cool or whatever, I was like, no, I'll just make money off of this time. This is, a 12-minute window every day I can make money. Let me do it. So all throughout high school, I was the gum dealer, and everybody knew me as that. That's what I did. I made money by selling gum, by just buying it in bulk, and then selling it for a fair price, which was the price listed on there. But again, when you buy it in bulk, it's not actually, you don't pay for it what is printed on the label. Well, carry that mindset to college. I get to college at Liberty University, Google that. That's where I went to college, got my English degree. I was in dorm 15, which I don't think exists anymore. I think they bulldozed it down to build something nicer. But in my dorm, what's funny is, if you're not familiar, there's a phrase called the freshman 15, and that is your freshman year of college, you gain 15 pounds, not only because your metabolism starts changing as an adult, but just because typically, especially with a cafeteria plan, you're eating pizza just about every day and drinking a bunch of soda and all that stuff, and you gain 15 pounds. Well, my dorm was called Dorm 15. It was the 15th dorm in the whole campus, and that happened to be the one I was assigned to. So you guessed it, I started a convenience store out of my dorm room. I was right there in the middle of the hallway, and I called it the Freshman 15. I got a poster board, I taped it up there above the door, Freshman 15. And usually around 9:30 at night, people would come in my dorm, and I had I had 2 mini fridges. And same thing with soda. I'd get the Walmart version, like Sam's Choice, and I'd sell it for 25 cents a can and make 50% profit of it, because I'd buy it in those crates, those bulk. I'd get Hot Pockets, Little Debbie's, whatever ultimately it said on the package is what I'd sell it for, and I was making at least 50% profit. And then I started working my way up to fancier drinks like Arizona tea or stuff. They'd pay $75 for it, but I was making at least 50% profit and making money from it. And granted, I used that money to help fund my mission trips to Thailand. I was an English teacher in Thailand. Google this, Global English School, Bangkok, Thailand. I was a teacher there. In 2003, I was the English as a second language ESL teacher, and then the second year in 2004, that summer, I was a 4th grade teacher during that summer. So I taught English, those 2 summers in Thailand. Nonthaburi was the actual town. And so, I was making money No one cared. No one in the school ever said, oh, you can't do, nobody cared. Especially knowing that I was using that money to fund this mission trip. But ultimately, that's something that's always been a part of me. How can I take something that, a need that people have, and turn it into a way for me to make money? So in high school, oh, it's break, let's hang out. I'm like, no, how about I make money instead? And that's what I did. And then in my dorm room, while I'm typing up these English papers, I was an English major, typing up papers. Okay, well, can I do this English paper, or can I do this term paper and make money by people just walking in my dorm room, and they put the money in the jar there. It was an honor system because I was standing right there. I could see if they took out like 2 dozen sodas out of my fridge and only put $1. I could see that was right there. It's a small dorm room. And so when you hear these stories, doesn't it make you think, oh, okay, Nick, he's not obsessed with what most of his videos are about. He really is just that kind of guy that's always finding a way to make money off of other people. Yeah, see, that's the thing. So I play the part. I talk about the stuff that people want to hear. Not only this channel, but my other one, Family Friendly Daddy Blog. Same thing. It's about DNA test results and ethnicity and stuff. People love that, and so I make good money off of that channel. I have less subscribers. I have a quarter of the subscribers on that channel, but make half of the money that I make from this. So I make $200 or more per month off of this channel, a little over $100 off the other one, and it's just, what am I doing? I'm getting people who are ultimately bored or want to learn something about this or want to belong. I'm using that and finding a way, hey, the more time that you spend watching the videos and the more that you're connected to this group that I've created and gathered, well, I'm making money from the ads. So it goes back to in high school when I was selling gum, or when I was in college and I was, selling, I had my own convenience store out of my dorm. Is this really that different? It's not, and is this greedy? Is it shady? Is it selfish? No, this is how business works. This is how things work. You care less about your time or money, and instead you want this service or product. And really what I do on YouTube, I feel is no different from that. Now, if you ask me why, Nick, why are you this way? I would tell you that ultimately it is probably a thing that's passed down in the family tree. What I would say is because there's some Jewish ancestry in my family, and that trickled down through my mom's side. There was always this awareness of money, of saving money, of investing money, of making money, and not for the sake of just for glitz and glamour and look what I've got. It was never that. It was never, let me drive a fancy new car to impress you. It was no, like, how about I drive an old car and instead save up all my money in the bank while making supplemental income like I do on this channel, for example. So those are things that translated, and it's funny because my final paper as an English major in college was actually about why is it that the Jewish people were marginalized and abused throughout history and throughout geography across the globe, and ultimately because they never really had a home, they had to be creative in finding ways to make money before they got kicked out of that country. And so I wrote a paper about that in college. It was my final paper I wrote in college, and I feel that it's still with me. I mean, knowing that part of my DNA goes back to that history, and I'm sure all of my ancestors, it got passed down through my grandfather, who actually came through Italy, and then to my mom, and now to me. And you better believe I'm going to do the same thing with my kids. Like, I'm going to say, hey, when other people are bored or want something, find a way to provide that and make some money off of it. And I know some people that are going to thumbs down this video say, oh man, Nick, you're only making $200 a month off of this channel and $100 off your $300, that's it? You spend what, like 3 hours a week on these videos? Yeah, exactly. But that's supplemental income. I make good money what I do for a living during the day, and this isn't the only side job I have. So ultimately, maybe I don't hang out and maybe have as much fun in theory as other 37-and-a-half-year-old husbands with 2 kids. I don't know. But ultimately, it's all about the passive income that when I sleep in this bed tonight, I'm going to be making money off of people watching this video and all of my other, is it 3,100 videos between the 2 channels? It's thousands of videos I've got constantly being watched. So for me, that's my identity. That's always how I've been. I can't ever see that being changing. Why hang out and have fun when I can find a way to make money off of people who are bored or have some kind of need. When I can provide a service or a product, why wouldn't I make money off of that? So there you go. If you want to know my true motivation for being a YouTuber, that's what it is. That's always who I am. Always finding a way to make passive income in addition to the good money I already make. And then invest that money, save that money, invest that money, and keep driving an old beat up car so that one day I can have a nice one. But for now, I'm building my empire like Walter White.